war. In the presumption of American people based upon who the majority elite, complete with his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He's a big blue city billionaire who was a Democrat most of his life and was a part of their. He's wildly insecure, weak, and easily offended. He's not a voice for the common man as they try to sell him. He has no idea what it's like to be a common man. Everything has always been done for him. The life of a giant toddler.
If you're watching the replay, please hit the thumbs up. If you like my content, please share it. If you like my content, please give it a thumbs down if you hate my content.
Not only was he credibly accused of sexual assault 26 times over 4 decades, but he was good friends with
Poor as hell out here.
high-profile pedos and
Fucking out of energy and shit.
and has jumped through absurd
I love yours too.
hoops to obstruct.
Oh, you know what you gotta do is when you end the videos, because you're new at, like, they consider you new or something, they'll private them automatically. So you gotta go change a setting if you want and keep them published. I tried to block a word on there last night. I guess I can't do it, but it's not up to me either.
He released Ghislaine Maxwell to a minimum security prison where sex offenders aren't even allowed. And he even expressed interest in pardoning her. Other prisoners at that facility were harsher prisons just for speaking badly about her.
Oh, this guy's bananas.
Let me ask you,
I don't know what his name
how many
is.
pedos and
Dark
sex
Matter.
offenders are
I
you
am
good
subscribed
friends
to him.
with? And when he came
He's got
into
almost 1
power,
million subs.
he immediately abused that power, became wildly censorious, caused massive spending and deficits, warmongered, and dropped record-breaking numbers of bombs while claiming to create peace.
My algorithm's loaded with Hitler stuff now.
He deserved
Hello,
a
Duncan.
Nobel Peace Prize right before
You did a lot, too. You looked really good last night.
Americans in cities he considers to be politically opposed to him. And he even
Hey, you're pretty natural at that shit, too.
For the military.
It didn't look like your freaking first time.
Exactly. He bombs civilian vessels, claiming that they're drug dealers,
Have you ever had...
without showing a shred of evidence, as if that's even.
Oh, what kind of freaking freshman shit is that?
He politicizes communities that are meant to be neutral.
Should have had a
Thereby
threesome.
punishing the American
Never had a
people
threesome.
based upon who the majority voted for.
Who
in a
hasn't?
given area. For example, he's defunding energy infrastructure in blue areas to the tune of billions
Yo,
of
bro,
dollars.
ain't you, bro? You gotta make me
Which
say
will
ain't you,
drive
bro?
up energy costs for Americans in those states that contribute the most.
That was
money
cool
to
that you
the
did, though.
federal government. He
That's really cool.
denies disaster
I could hardly
relief
forget. I had to keep clicking out of it because the internet sucks so bad.
accused Biden of doing to red areas, while proudly, openly doing it himself. He's sending in federal agents and red state National Guard to peaceful areas and deliberately stoking conflict, falsely claiming that
Stoking
they're
call.
war zones, all so that he can justify more authority.
It's a giant, it's a tyrannical toddler.
Worst places to live, so that he can blame it on Democrat leadership.
What are you kind of boys? Just like the president? Is that what happens? Just like my mother groomed my fucking brother. My brother was groomed. He was groomed and installed at the IRS.
A secretary of war who was nothing more than a National Guardsman. Not to diminish the service people of the National
I've seen your
Guard,
face before.
but for one, a particularly young and inexperienced one, younger than I am, to publicly lecture our experienced wartime generals on the dangers of wokeness.
This person asking about groom. What about my... Well, how come we're on week 188 of my criminal trial? You better ask better questions. Why are 3 courts involved in this misdemeanor?
Something they warned us that DEI would bring, but it wasn't DEI who brought us the unqualified and incompetent. It was Trump choosing people out of loyalty whether they'd bend the knee.
Yeah,
rather than
groomed.
if they were
Oh,
the
my
best
brother was
person
groomed.
for the job.
I wasn't
They
groomed. He
claim
was
to
groomed.
desire a meritocracy,
Doing
but all they
dishes.
really care about is whether you're on their
bless.
team. Trump
Yeah, I
has
like radio.
repeatedly committed blatant acts of election interference, has been rightfully charged with RICO violations during the 2020 election,
What a civic
and
I do.
belongs in prison for doing so.
I
which
built
is
two of them. One on
exactly what he would have
I built the
done
Honda
if he
Civic
had
and
become the president. He
Need for Speed
imposes
Unbound and
secret police and mass
Carrick Street
surveillance.
PC.
Where are you, right-wingers who were against the Patriot
No, I
Act?
built a Civic in real life.
And
I gotta go
Trump is
rebuild my Volkswagen though.
eliminating the presumption of innocence. Where
Turn on the
are
background.
all you right-wingers who criticize
These fucking lights are
Me Too
crazy.
movements?
It depends because it's got. We're almost at like 14 volts now. Is the battery charger's going?
Innocent until proven guilty. Everyone deserves a day in court. Everyone deserves to face their accuser. Remember that? All
Yep.
that went
We'll have to
right
hear
out
that
the
again.
window. No women's slogan.
Yeah, when it gets down to like 12 volts, it'll dim out and shit. It's sort of like voltage stabilizer, which the battery management system should do that. I don't know. We hardly have any internet out here. It's going to do whatever it wants to do.
Because you claimed to believe in the presumption of innocence. Innocence until proven guilty. Everyone deserves a day in court. Everyone deserves to face their accuser. Remember that? All
Remember that?
went right out the window. Now you
I'm living proof of that. Right out the fucking window.
Chicago and rounds people up in bulk without even bothering to find out who they are or what they've done, let alone ask for their
blowing up fishing boats, raiding fucking places, taking away gay hairdressers, running my court case out for 188 weeks.
That you voted for.
Thank you.
That's where you are. Sold your soul. Sold everything you
No, I do
claimed to be.
Plus, I did the same thing back in like 2015, 2016. No one helped me.
Of stopping crime.
It was before live.
Bullshit.
I don't know what I did. Nobody knew what to teach me. My son would be like, well, I'll show you how. And Ava would be like, I'll show you. I'll never fucking show you.
It was at its
I had to
most
figure it out myself.
violent, which was during the early 90s. Crime today is far below what it was back then. And back then, deploying the military as some sort of solution wasn't even thinkable. Yet the crime managed to drop anyway by more than 50%. That period is known as the Great Crime Drop. Look it up. And it didn't take the military to accomplish it. Now, people are more.
This guy's a really good speaker. He looks like an alpha male.
Masked men are rounding up Americans and disappearing them, oftentimes based on race alone. But they'll attack anyone. They beat people in the
That was awesome. You did
streets
your makeup all nice and freaking got good lighting. That was a really good freaking. That was your first. Yeah, it was your first time. You did a really good.
As if that's even a thing for law enforcement. Their names.
Yeah, let's just turn the camera on. Just go. Just talk. Let's do that.
Should not be programmed to blindly
It ain't.
obey any anonymous person.
Well, I can sit there. I got that new computer, so I could, I got good, like decent cameras. I go shoot footage, spend all day. I don't have the fucking time for it. I don't have the desire anymore. I edit shit all together. Make it all fancy. I've done it before, to a certain level, and no one will watch it. It's not worth it.
And who demands it of us? Why do they even think they can get away with such blatant and illegal abuses?
Do it from the boiler room.
Well, because they were given explicit permission by the highest office in the land. So who the hell is going
This
to
light's
prosecute
only
them?
like $15.
Well, nobody right now, because Trump installed his loyalists. They don't even know how to do their own jobs. All they know how to do is be yes men, follow orders. That's not helping the country. That's
I think you got more than that.
That's why these masked
when you look at it, they'll
thugs
say,
invading our cities feel safe
like, I don't know,
as
they
tying
killed my
children
channel, but
in
I
the
get like
street,
4,000,
bullying
5,000
random
views,
people,
or even
attacking anyone
2,000.
who
So you got like,
exercises their
you
right
got
to
like 200
think,
views.
and now even gunning people down.
They play with their numbers
That's
all
why
the time.
they're not afraid to commit blatant atrocities against Americans on American soil.
The topic. There's no
Anyone
justice
who
around here.
knowingly signs up for that is already the worst of the worst. We're taking people who belong in
Fuck
prison
her.
and we're putting them in uniform. And the result is that they are attacking even children, and they're laughing about it. This is the side that claims to be for family values, by the way.
Can't even get a trial around here in any
That was
court.
all a lie.
My shit's been in
People
federal
who
court for almost a
still
month now.
support this
And not a
have no
word.
principles. They lied
Federal
to
court
you.
over a misdemeanor.
They didn't want to drain the
Can you believe
swamp.
that?
They wanted to be the swamp.
All my
They
other
weren't
cases
outraged.
completely ignored.
They were
They're wiping
jealous.
shit off the docket,
Where are all you
ignoring
people
everything else.
who were against the pandemic overreach? What happened to you? Why aren't you speaking out against this? Where are all you smaller government people?
I just
Where
made that. But
are
where
all
is it?
you
Where are the
states'
reporters?
rights
Where's the
people?
outrage?
I'll tell you where they are. They're supporting it. Because during the pandemic, the policies
If you're not helping,
were
if you're not
affecting
speaking out, you're
them.
hurting.
And that's the only reason they were against it. They can only comprehend that which affects themselves.
We got tons of charges
They're
now. We're trying to make
against
them more charges against me.
empathy and will even explicitly say so. But now they believe that the government is only going after
Fox brain
other
rot.
people, illegal
Fox News.
or
There's 3 letters,
blackface.
just like
And that's what they
CNN,
want.
Fox News.
So they don't feel like this government overreach.
It's
will
3 letters,
affect
just like the
them.
FBI, just
So
like
they
the
support it.
CIA.
That's how myopic, selfish,
It's all
and dumb
freaking
these
Mockingbird
people
shit.
are. And to the
All of it.
masked
It's all
thugs,
CIA.
remember that when the Nazis were rounding people up, they didn't think they'd be held accountable either. They were in charge. They had ultimate authority over who got rounded up and who
Thanks
got
a lot.
killed.
Thanks a lot, Jamie. Off.
They too were untouchable lords. But that was a very brief moment in time. And just like them,
It's like what Yelmo
you're
says.
not
Like
going to be in
you're-
charge forever.
Yelmo said that. Yeah, you're not gonna be in charge forever. Yelmo said this just the other day.
Behind your mask.
History says otherwise. You're not gonna be
There are
safe forever.
still records of everything.
Matthias, welcome
You
back.
signed up for it using your own name. So just because it isn't known now,
Yeah, crooked
that doesn't
administration. I
mean
was
it
just
won't be.
watching this guy. I think he hates me now. You want to go move in with him? Off grid or whatever. He got mad at me or whatever, but he just popped up. He's like, I voted for that guy. No more.
Known later. And so you may find yourself in a
I think he lost his
courtroom
house
one
too
day,
and all this shit.
which is a right you stripped from so many others. And if you don't like where they send you,
God.
remember where you sent so many others. Remember how you violated their rights. Remember how you terrified people and put them in limbo, put their entire lives on hold.
My entire life's on hold
How
right now.
you laughed about it. When
My
they
life's
did
in
those
limbo.
for which you begged for mercy. Ask yourself if those who
Fucking
show
fan
no
almost didn't even
mercy
start today either.
are more or less likely to receive any. But
Thank you, Lisa.
I know that this is falling on deaf ears. You have no principles. 47% of Republicans said that they would
Yeah,
still
steal your trust fund.
vote for Trump.
With impunity.
Even if it was proved that Trump was directly involved with Epstein's trafficking of minors.
That's sick.
Of the people who voted for Trump in 2024, that's 36 million of them. The law and order people.
I hope
the
America totally
anti-labor
collapses
people,
before they
the
fucking finish its stupid
family
ballroom.
people. The people who smeared leftists as pedos and groomers just for supporting the LGBT community. The people who claim to care about closing the border because they say they worry about children being trafficked. But if their guy children or participated in their abuse,
No
then
big
it's
deal.
okay,
That's okay.
because he's their guy. He has done
It's a
more than
fucking
enough
cult.
to link himself to sex trafficking and
I'm sick of
abusing
this guy.
minors, but that doesn't even matter to these people. So there's really nothing you can say to them.
Yeah, you
Even
can't talk to
if
him.
Trump were innocent, they already answered the hypothetical. If Trump is guilty, they'd still support him. They
Cheats and
already
rights.
made the concession. So you can't use logic on them. They don't care about
Pointless.
hypocrisy. You can't shame them. They care nothing about.
I was just talking to some guy, dude. I'm like, oh, I see you like history. He's like, whoa, is that okay? Of course it's okay. He's like, well, some people don't like that I like history.
Morality.
Those aren't
How
smart
could they?
people.
How much worse does it get than sex trafficking children? Yet they're willing to overlook that. Now, maybe some of them questioned it for the length of the typical modern.
Because you're
news
always in
cycle,
here. That's why I'm
but
in your
now
algorithm.
they're all right back to their usual
You're in here all the time.
cheerleading. You see, for them, morality only exists when they feel they've been wronged. But they don't give a damn when anyone else is wronged. For them, morality is just a chess piece that can be used to either attack or be sacrificed for their own benefit. Such people cannot be allowed.
I need a new cable.
to
I need yet
shape
another
our
new cable.
society and our future. But that's exactly what they're trying to do right now. And the consequences of that are going to affect us for a
What side left and
very
what side right?
long time if we don't stop it by stripping them of leadership as soon as
Tammy Hall.
possible, and then dramatically.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome, but she hates
the
gays.
power of the executive branch.
She,
beginning
I know
with
she hates them, but she's a problem with the LGBT community.
for its actions. Politicians
Because God said so.
need to start
God said
fearing
so.
the people
Hey,
again.
God made these
Aren't them
people.
sick and tired of it being the other way around. And if you think that we're not going to win MAGA over by speaking this way, then you're way behind the curve. At this
I
late
think Tammy and I
stage,
got way too much in
ones who
common.
were worth winning over have already been won over. As for the rest, you're not going to win them over at all, nor should you
Coffee
want
maker
to.
died.
You're exactly
The one I had in my
where you
house,
wanna
like
be.
20-something years old. I bet it
Survivor
still
and
works. They
honest.
probably threw it out though when they
I'm not
remodeled
in
the
the
house.
habit of capitulating to my opponent's demands on how I should
MAGA.
win them
Is
over,
this great now?
especially this opponent.
Oy
Because for
vey,
them,
I'm MAGA.
lying is like breathing. They pretend
Your
to
dogs
shift
are
their
dead.
vote based on being called deplorables or Nazis. Yet when Trump does the same or worse, when he openly claims
Deplorables.
to hate more than half the country,
They are
and says he
deplorable.
wants them to suffer, his supporters
They're worse than
see
deplorable.
nothing wrong with it because they're shameless
Fucking idiots.
liars. So we
Yeah, they're
shouldn't
shameless
want
liars,
to
too.
win them over. They should just be politically impotent permanently.
You should DoorDash yourself
Now bear in mind
another Dido.
that they remain an extreme minority, with all their gains achieved by manipulating.
That's
a
enough to drive you
system that
nuts.
has been abused to the point of uselessness. They are.
I'm so sick of sitting in limbo. I want to go live my life. I need to fix this fucking van too.
abuses of the system.
These people just sitting silent.
Literally every branch of the government needs to be.
My one court case. I think it's festered in eight court cases, plus 2 additional felonies. 8, 9, 10. It's like 11 charges now, or 11 cases now. That is insane.
This is our true national emergency.
What I did is keep all the paperwork and shit I filed, and I keep filing. I'm gonna sit there just all day, every day, just writing. They just ignore it.
When it becomes costly to stand by your principles, the decisions you make during those moments peel back the layers.
Well, and on the house, I put in a list pendants, totally ignored. But every other company, every other entity out there can put in a list pendants. It's immediately taken as gospel. Mine is just totally ignored.
Find very attractive comes on to you. What do? You're against theft, but you found a wall of me.
Yeah, just wasting
his identification.
countless hours of my life writing shit that I should never have to write.
The people who still support
Just wasting
Trump
my fucking time.
have chosen
They're
to
complete. They're
go
absolutely
against
wasting my time.
their professed
I've lost 4 years of my life where it was one
principles,
thing.
they believe will create an
That's not counting the
advantage
freaking
for
foreclosure.
themselves, which is the same as
Where are these reporters? The reporters found me before. Now they don't want to find me when it's got 10 times worse, 100 times worse,
They can do.
188 times worse.
Now. All their camouflage is gone. They're naked now.
It's a joke, mass applicants. They lied about the details.
All good faith is gone. All trust is gone.
Yeah, scam. That sucks.
No longer can they even
I walked in an interview once.
pretend
You know, it's like they want you to sell
compare
knives or something, or
leaders
vacuum
or
cleaners.
government overreach or overspending or corruption or war.
Stupid.
They supported all of it explicitly. The devil
I applied for a job marketed as UPS way back in the day, and I went to the warehouse job. I should have taken that job.
Deny inconsistencies.
You need help running this business.
Even when they're as clear as day. But you simply must reject
any of
their
it.
testimony now. It's done.
It's been
over.
almost a
There's
month.
nothing they can
Almost
say.
a month
It's
on
all
Amway.
lies
It's been
now.
almost a month
Simply
on my federal shit.
reject it.
I gotta write a whole nother associated federal fucking,
Countless
another federal court case
have been negatively affected by this
by myself.
political shift in power. They're using up their
Amway.
influence.
What was that
very
movie?
quickly because
It's American
people
Products.
who are motivated by the politics of hurting others never expect their politics to hurt themselves. But that is exactly what always ends up happening.
No work from home.
Unfortunately,
Just knock
such
door to door.
people
Yeah, fuck
Are
that.
not usually bright enough to form
It's a good way to get
predictive
killed.
models in their head so that they realize what
Door to
bad
door.
ideas. The only way for them to learn
That's
is
fucking
through the
stupid.
actual negative
Sounds like exactly what it was. Like
And
freaking
sometimes they're still not
some
good
Amway
enough to
bullshit.
learn even
Cutco
that,
knives.
especially not with all the
Kirby
shifting
vacuum
blame
cleaners.
and bogus scapegoats their masters give them in order to escape accountability. Now we're dealing with a scary escalation because of that failure of imagination. You see, things keep escalating.
Yeah, you spend all your time getting all dolled up, looking professional. For what?
We're still on year one of this term. The murder of Charlie Kirk.
Yeah,
was
we're not even a
used
year
to
into it.
justify a dramatic escalation. Now I can understand.
Okay, I know who
that the
Charlie Kirk was
murder
before.
Itself
Still don't care
was
about him.
an escalation. Being a politically
Encyclopedias.
motivated murder. But it escalated to that
And Girl Scout cookies.
long before that, to the point of shooting and killing Democrat politicians and their families in Minnesota. But that
They
was
look really good.
quickly and absurdly dismissed and shamelessly lied about. It was ignored by Trump and company. Any pageantry and flags at half-mast across the nation. was
$300 plus dollars on internet, and that's
there
what you get.
wasn't talk of naming highways after them or putting their faces
Look
on
what's
a
in those
podium like
cookies.
there was for Kirk, which is absurd.
They're deadly.
And all fake reverence, by the way. He did nothing to warrant such worship, which is why it all rings so hollow. It's largely performative, as are most politics now. Charlie Kirk was treated very differently than murdered Democrats.
Yeah, we
because
skip
the
past Charlie Kirk.
Democrat
Don't
sides
give a
capitalized
flying
on
fuck about
violence
Charlie Kirk.
in very different ways. And also because, I believe, because Kirk's murder was caught on camera and was very brutal, which I think makes it more real for people who aren't his friends, family, or acquaintances. I did a recent video called The Untold Reality
Who's the
of
kid that they're
Violence,
freaking dragging through the
and
mud on that?
explains why the right and the left treat violence so differently, and why there is a huge misconception that the left is more violent, even though that's very much obviously not the case when you actually study all the data and incidents.
This is. I need a new cable here. That thing keeps fucking up.
Years. When you look into it, you find that the
Cheap
overwhelming
Chinese shit.
majority of political murders are committed by those who hold to right ideology, specifically white supremacy, which is a lot more likely to become violent since so much
My
of
ears
the
just perked up.
ideology itself is rooted in fear. The right-wing politicians and influencers,
Yeah,
however,
they're just so greedy.
desperately want you to buy into a complete
They're greedy.
inversion
They're
of
idiots, too.
reality. Their narrative needs there to be a violent leftist movement. So
I
that
can't
they
believe the
can
amount of money they're
implement
charging for these motel
authoritarian
rooms.
policies based on political
They should be paying people to
ideology,
stay in them.
which is exactly what the Trump
Fuck, they
regime
got
is
it's a
currently
captive audience.
trying
You need a
to do.
roof over your head.
According to Trump's seventh national security
You're gonna take what we give you, and you're gonna pay us for it.
NSPM 7, which gives law
Yeah, look into it,
enforcement
Amy. You'd never eat those cookies
specific
again.
areas they are to focus upon. Those specific areas of focus are to investigate anyone who holds extreme views on migration, race, or gender, or anyone they deem anti-Christian or anti-capitalist.
Yeah, you can't be anti-Christian, anti-J word.
Values or anti-American.
You can't even say
And
the J word
potential
anymore.
Terrorists looking to overthrow the government, and of course, that will be construed as.
Why would
anyone
people want to
who
overthrow the
is
government? Because it's not acting right.
which is especially ironic.
In New Hampshire, they have a clause in the.
Trump
I haven't looked at
himself
myself, but I heard from a very
encouraged
reputable
those who literally
source that you have the right to rebellion. I'm like, does Florida have the right to rebellion? I look in there. It's, if you even talk about it, it's a felony. You can't rebel against the government, overthrow the government.
He himself should be investigated under his own memorandum.
That's contrary to the U.S. Constitution.
Traitor, and a man who is
They
as
have every
far
right
from
to overthrow the
Christ-like
government.
as anyone could possibly
If it gets
be.
out of hand,
So
if it becomes
it's all
tyrannical,
fake. They don't actually care. They
it's
have
your
no
duty to
real
overthrow the government.
principles other than to
That's
do
what the
whatever
framers of the
it takes
Constitution said.
to acquire more power.
Nobody
They will
trusts them
use
either.
Whatever pretense they think aids in their acquisition of more power. And believe it or not,
Never, it's first
Trump
term.
himself is anti-American, vehemently so. And that will be hard for some people
Where's
to see
Squash?
because Trump likes to
I don't know.
use the American aesthetic to virtue signal that he is a.
How many times did they've come and investigated me, pretend to investigate me, just to harass me over my YouTube channel? They came, they sent the whole fucking STARS team out over a Facebook post. Sent the STARS team, Strategic Targeted Area Response, after me. And that was in like 2018.
How does the Trump administration define
Strategic Targeted
extremist?
Area Response,
Well, it doesn't really matter.
a subset of the
Since
intelligence-led
they
policing.
themselves are extremists,
Unconstitutional
so their
police
opinion
forcing.
will be skewed because an extremist has distorted views. A person with normal views will look
Yeah, he doesn't
extreme
care.
to them.
But this guy said earlier, he's like, that guy probably doesn't even know how to drive a car.
Anti-American.
He doesn't know. He doesn't go to the grocery store.
Since it's all about
He just
power,
doesn't know. He doesn't drive. Someone else drives him around.
if they want to. If you were ever critical
He just
of
doesn't
Christianity,
speak. He doesn't know what it's like to be a fucking average Joe or Jane fucking blowjob.
or if you were ever critical of capitalism, even
You're gonna see him
crude
at Publix or
capitalism,
Winn-Dixie.
or not just America, but even America's policies or America's
He's a
past,
piece of shit.
then
He's
perhaps
worse
they
than a
can
piece of shit.
accuse you of encouraging violence. Now you might say that mere
Felon. He's a
disagreements
fucking
on
multiple felon.
religion, economics,
I'm
or
pretty sure he
America
traffics kids and
can't
stuff or participates in that.
possibly be construed as encouraging violence. But
Does he really know? Yeah, what does he know how to
consider
do?
what Trump has already called
He
encouraging
makes the
violence.
best deals. The
Trump
best
wants to
deals.
send people
Those
who
McDonald's
burn their
commercials
own
and shit back in the day.
American flag, their own property, to prison for a year because he says such an act
Yeah, that's true.
encourages violence. Even though
There's
the
like
Supreme
27
Court
well-documented
26 years ago that it's
essay cases against him.
speech.
And he just settles out and just pays them off so he can get away with it.
Is really just hollow performative patriotism that ironically goes against actual American values.
He knows how to run
and
business in the
does
ground,
far
right?
more harm than the
How many
mere
bankruptcies he
burning
had,
of a
too?
peaceful
These
cause.
idiots. He's a businessman.
But what about
That guy's a huge problem, but
anti-Christian?
Like on a I'm doing this local level. We're almost at a presidential level right now. Dealing with federal judges and shit over a fucking misdemeanor. 4 years of my life wasted so far. Almost 4 years. And thrown out in the streets because they fucking stole my house and all my equity. And you catch them on all this shit. They just think that they'll die and send people out to kill you and shit.
Leads us exactly to where we are right now.
Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Week 188.
Well, in a way, yes. But
this country in the ground. It's his country now.
Advocates violence against Christians, nor the use of any sort of force.
To prove shit, it always fails.
For being Christian. And I'm actually pro-America, meaning that I want America to improve as a society, become more peaceful, prosperous, and facilitate upward mobility.
I'm getting old out here too. Getting old. I wasted the best years of my life. And then when you go back to fucking, I got head injuries and shit. You gotta go get a fucking job.
But what they're trying to do
Enough's enough.
is make the Trump name synonymous with America. Their goal is to make being anti-Trump considered synonymous with being anti-America. Then you can be considered the enemy, an outsider, not a real American. Once you're the enemy from within, as Trump said.
The enemy from within. This is them. They're the enemy.
You can be dehumanized. Once you're dehumanized, any matter of atrocity can be committed against you with a clean conscience. That dehumanization includes using the murder of Charlie Kirk to demonize those they deem on the side of the murderer. It doesn't matter how far removed
Who's the murderer?
From the murderer or his politics.
Who's the murderer?
It's all about power.
Was it Mossad or CIA or both?
Then you are
probably both.
enemy, and you will inherently be considered as belonging to the side, not the man who killed Charlie Kirk. They want to collectivize the blame. They did this. They did that. They
Who's
tried
they?
to assassinate Trump. They killed Charlie Kirk. That's how they present the rhetoric. And since you are a part of they
had these maggots. Believe there's such deep state corruption. Turns out it's Trump. Yeah.
That's the goal.
He's just a puppet for the deep state.
Guilt by association.
Those Q crap.
Legitimately be
Q.
Or not. Because once you can be deemed a violent
drain the swamp.
All kinds of extreme acts can be justified against you.
I'd love to tell you how federal court works. It looks like they're ignoring my shit.
Will be used to intimidate you.
Pretty sure they suspended freaking habeas corpus, and that's only in times of
It's not just an escalation of
I guess that only there's only in times of like invasion or something. Maybe that's why I did the enemy within shit.
Labels and actions. You can be a human who desires nothing but peace and prosperity,
My
like
spider.
I do.
Do
Yet be
kill the
investigated
spider.
as a terrorist, nonetheless. That's your new label.
That's a bad spider. Shouldn't be biting
Because
people.
if you, as a political enemy, can be called terrorists, then you can also become part of the war on terror, which means that
They got me. They got a threat assessment unit after me now.
can be leveraged.
The threat assessment unit,
illegally, of
subdivision of intelligence-led policing, that they said they stopped like a year or two ago.
Law and order regime does nothing but disregard law and order. Just like
Funneled.
everything else they claim to be, they are actually the
Oh, you'll be
perfect
fine.
opposite. Trump
I get bit by
and
spiders
his
all the time.
regime are the real terrorists, literally using terror tactics to silence their political opposition. I myself am probably not very high on
Classic
the list
looking one.
of priorities, but I fully expect to be
probably fine.
investigated just because of my YouTube channel. Never mind the fact
It's a
that
spider.
I've never
Squish the spider,
encouraged
save it.
violence against
Go to the
anyone,
doctor.
and have always been explicitly against violence. Never mind that I have no
They'll
criminal
give you some
record,
Benadryl and
or
play
even so
to
much
go
as
lay
a
down.
traffic ticket. Never mind that me and my entire family were born and raised in America,
Deadly.
going back generations.
But my pool pump is just full of black widows
Because
and brown recluses and black widows.
strong words in the land of the free and the home of the brave, where freedom of speech is our very
This
first
is a spider
amendment.
bite.
Wrong think,
It's getting blown out of proportion.
pre-crime. I can be called
Skin
guilty
died.
no matter how innocent I am.
Yeah, I work with a girl.
Will they be able to
Half the inside of her
legally
thigh was
do
gone from a brown
anything to
recluse.
me? No, of course not. I've done nothing illegal. But do they care about legality?
It's not good.
Again, no, of course not. So,
Benadryl.
yeah, I'm worried, but I'm going to keep talking anyway.
In here, America. This is
Like I
Trump's
said,
America.
who you
This is
are
Trump country.
under pressure
I'm
is
sick
who
of
you
seeing those
really
stupid
are.
things.
And
This
I
is
know
Trump
who
country.
I want to be. So that
Fucking
is what I
moron
will
country.
choose to be. And
Criminal
that is
country.
someone who will keep talking. You know, some of
What's
the
an
dumber
ashwagandha?
ones who
What are these
so
ones? I don't-
openly
these are
support
terrible.
Trumpism will even drop all pretense.
Oh, those are
and admit
terrible. Over
that
there.
they support things like
They
freedom
don't
of
agree with me.
speech, religion, the right to bear arms, due process, habeas corpus, cruel and unusual, etc. Only until
Man, I gotta get to the
they
fucking
get into
doctors.
power,
Four
and they
years.
can turn
Of
those
this fucking
freedoms
warrant
for
hanging over my head. I could complain to
into the
the
privilege of the
fucking
few,
federal courts and
the
shit. They're not
group
doing
they
anything
so
about it.
happen to belong to, or so they think. But they're not the elite. They just unwittingly support the elite. That's how idiots who support
Looks like an animal. Like I
authoritarianism
don't want to
think.
eat it.
They always think that the policies they advocate will harm others, will
Dollar
never
Tree
harm
stores.
themselves. They see themselves as being part of the power
What are you gonna do with those workers?
without ever
They'll
realizing
be living behind the
they're
store,
really
behind the
just part
dumpster.
of the useful idiot group.
And then they'll freaking get a drug addiction and die.
comes, they too end up suffering. the
This will probably
consequences.
ultimately happen.
Everyone remembers
4 years.
it never lasts.
4 fucking years.
There's
Almost 4 years.
destruction and mayhem, and then everything
It's
resets.
March
until that
19th,
period becomes
2020.
history. And eventually, another generation will come along
2021?
far enough removed from that history.
Almost 4 years.
that they'll
We're a
think
misdemeanor.
all those failed ideas,
And it's spawned. It's like I'm telling you, it's like eight different cases now.
and then the cycle will repeat.
It's a misdemeanor.
They'll think of themselves as
It's called being targeted. I'm
victims
targeted.
whose birthright is being stolen from them.
I'm telling you, these reporters aren't interested in any of this shit.
and that their religion
Congressman's
is
not
under
interested in any of this
attack,
shit.
and that a disease of immorality,
Governor's not interested in it.
criminality is spreading, even if it's the perfect opposite. The rhetoric is always.
Of course,
the
I
same,
had a
always so
fucking warrant for my
predictable,
arrest for nearly
always
2 years
appealing
now.
To the least intelligent and most fearful among us, the reactionaries. It's like those people who say we fought for the wrong side during World War II.
I got a
because
regular
the
doctor. I
others
can't go there. I'll be
being
arrested. I
invaded
cannot go back to
destroyed by
Florida.
foreigners now.
I'm gonna fix this fan and we see my doctor.
Look at who
And they don't want
actually
me there because I'm gonna
invaded
keep
and
walking in this
literally
courthouse and shit,
destroyed
and doing my
Europe
shit,
during
fixing my
World
van.
War II. It was a side
I will just arrest you and throw you in jail. Just throw you in jail
No
forever
actual
without ever getting a trial.
force that didn't just move into the field next door. It
I don't have enough
turned
money to
into
fucking
the
start
next
over
door,
somewhere else. So
into rubble. That's how
I was
dumb
moving around.
fascists
So they do. That's
are.
what they do with people.
They end up supporting the very
And hopefully you
thing
just
that
die
makes
out here.
all their worst fears come true.
Let's get another doctor.
But
Fucking piece of shit. I know who you are.
fascists done
Something
wrong,
real bad's gonna happen to
I
you.
have established myself as
You deserve it.
anti-fascist.
Absolutely
This
deserve
is
it.
what Antifa means, and the Trump regime has declared that idea a terrorist organization. It's probably the
Yeah,
most
that's fair
fascist
person.
thing anyone could possibly do. I was on the road when Charlie Kirk was killed, and I learned about it by seeing the words R.I.P.
Just get another
Charlie
doctor.
Kirk
Have the same
splayed
doctor since
across
2014.
the
Just get another doctor.
Western
That's one of the most perfect relationships you can have with somebody. It takes a tremendous amount of time to find a fucking trustworthy doctor that you connect with that takes care of your life. Just get another doctor. Yeah.
particularly insightful, but because it's just so damn predictable.
And the kind of care I need, they got me fucking. They called the cops on me claiming mental health.
Of Charlie Kirk.
My mother told me you got to get rid of that doctor.
Extreme leftists.
So she'll call the cops and you end up under fucking Dr. Patel's care, Dr. Chowdhury's care. You never see these people.
Be able to capitalize
Fuck
on
you.
what happened to him.
They're playing with our lives.
My belief is that behind closed doors, they were actually happy about it. Because it gave them what
That's
they believed
disgusting
to be
behavior.
just
Now they're keeping me. I can't even go back to Florida and see my doctor.
against their foes.
I got health problems that need to be fucking addressed.
Charlie Kirk's memorial service, for
Nope.
instance, was only actually respected.
Let's find another doctor wherever you're at, out in the street somewhere.
Like his wife.
Go find another doctor.
But for everyone else, it was a shameless political rally circus, an
Need to
opportunity
be seen.
for Trump to keep.
Yeah, but where are these reporters? I just reached out to the Miami Herald. Not a fucking word.
As Charlie Kirk's
You were that garbage ass article. It was garbage. I took a lot of time to email that guy. Nothing. Just nothing. And look at the parent corporation that owns the Miami Herald. It's a hedge fund
What about those who
that got fined millions of dollars by the Securities and Exchange Commission
Kirk's
for making false and misleading statements and shit.
personally, that's not something I would
You
do.
trust these people?
I don't celebrate anyone's death, and I don't even believe there should.
What
be
happened to
a
the Pulitzer?
death
What
penalty,
happened to Kat McGrory, the
which
one I
is
interviewed?
reserved for the worst of
Wins a Pulitzer Prize, and then all of a sudden she's not in the paper anymore.
Say that I supported
And she wrote a Pulitzer Prize winning article for it.
That's a very different stance than Kirk.
That's it.
That's
It's not getting my messages anymore.
enthusiastically supported the death
It's gone.
penalty. Kirk said that it would make his day better to see certain people publicly executed. Obviously, some people believed the same about him. My desire to not be among those people, however, doesn't make me
Pick what place
better
to be safe in.
than those
There
who
ain't no place safe
celebrated
out here.
Kirk's death. And you may be surprised to
Stay in the
hear
United
that
States if you have a
I
warrant.
refuse to condemn them for
Man,
celebrating.
dude, God forbid you try to build a life in the United
Because
States.
I'm not in their
They'll just
shoes.
destroy it.
Well, at least I wasn't. at the
virtual.
time, but that has changed a bit.
How much money does that cost? Who's gonna pay for that?
National security presidential
When I can walk in there and pay $5 to a
Regardless,
virtual your doctor.
most of my demographics.
You barely even fucking live stream. Right? Do a
straight white
virtual.
family man, but
And then what about the
exception
pharmacist? I have to go fucking. It took me 3 years
attacked by Kirk.
to find a pharmacist.
But there are many who were threatened by his.
It's not even getting a doctor. I tried this out in Los Angeles.
Actually negatively affected.
Every pharmacy told me to go fuck myself.
Like to pretend that it's just words, just differences in opinion.
It's so easy for people that don't know what it's actually like.
We're talking about policy, and policies affect people's lives. What kind of opinion are we talking about? Opinions have
This is a living fucking hell.
A Jew
It's an absolute living hell.
to be killed by a Nazi.
You can't get any sort of. There's no. You go to court to get resolution. There's no resolution in any of these courts. There's no equitable remedies. There's no resolution. None of it. There's no justice. They got like one job. And they can't do that. They do the exact opposite.
Can be fatally
Oh, Mark.
serious.
One job. Justice.
I get called
Can't do
Nazi
that.
for having a difference
How
of
about the
opinion.
exact opposite?
Yeah.
Let's target you instead.
What
That's what they do.
is
Cover up shit and target you.
What's the opinion? That's what matters. Be specific.
And I've proven all this shit.
It's not just about having friendly debates in the marketplace of ideas. When you
Hey, they don't have a clue.
completely devastate people's lives.
Let's
and
switch
you
channels.
have
Yeah, that'd be nice.
influence And mingle with those who have
I could do well with
power
that.
and desire to impose your agenda. No, I'm not.
Thrift
trying
store in
to
the
justify
Isle of
his
Shame.
murder. But I don't want you to dismiss why it happened as just a mere difference of opinion,
Street
without
justice.
understanding the implications, without understanding
mean by that?
all conflict from world wars
That sounds like
to
veiled
border
terrorism.
walls are the result of differences in opinion. let's say you're walking on a path
It's already
through
fallen
the
down.
woods. There's two very different flying insects. One of them stays off the path and in the woods. It minds its own business. The other one incessantly buzzes all around you. It lands on you,
I like this.
crawls on you, and bites or stings you.
Yeah, but speaking of spider bites,
Which of those two insects is more likely to be met with hostility? Which are you more likely to swat?
we were
or
just talking
crush?
about this.
The one inserting itself into your life.
Alright,
obviously.
I just subscribed to them.
That's why
Dark Matter
Mr.
2525.
He didn't want to leave people alone.
What
He
the
wanted
fuck
to
are you listening to?
fuck with
Somebody
their
with nearly a
lives.
million subscribers. What are you listening to? Some of
See,
some
a lot of
some powerful speaker. It looks like a total alpha male with almost a million subs. That's what the fuck I'm listening to.
like pure libertarians, which couldn't be further from the truth. Kirk wanted to outlaw transgenderism. He wanted what he called Nuremberg trials for doctors who practiced gender-affirming care.
It's none of his business if fucking somebody wants to get gender affirming care. Let them get gender affirming care.
About wanting to mix religion and government, and how separation of church and state was a myth.
This is fucking some 31-year-old fucking idiot.
If you're a gay couple in a loving, committed marriage, he wanted to unmarry you. He wanted to take your kids from you.
He's another authoritarian.
People without due process. He supported Palestinian genocide and made fun of their deaths. Tens of thousands of children.
Yeah, it's well established that happens.
Jokes and fully supported the ones doing the killing. He didn't even question it until he lost a major Jewish donor because he considered having Tucker Carlson on his show.
Tell you, Henry Ford was right.
That affected him. It was money.
Henry Ford is absolutely 100% correct.
Who demonized black people. Charlie Kirk fucked with people's lives.
Yep. I don't even know who the guy was. He's fucking with my life. I didn't even know who he was. I know he's fucking with my life right now. It's 6th Judicial in the Pasco Sheriff's Office and Patricia Marie Teeling and that piece of shit, Lori Richard.
I'm not going to condone or celebrate.
Fuck with my life.
But I'm also not going to condemn those who do.
Can wait for people to realize they should have listened.
Openly and effectively advocated for policies that endanger
Let me find
family. Could you be?
Oh God. This guy fucking hates me now. I think he still hates me. Oh no, give it a couple minutes. The internet might work one of these days. Gonna work? Nope, not gonna work. The internet's down. But this guy, oh, here we go. Did you take the video down already? Where is it?
I want to make it abundantly clear that Donald Trump and Kevin Johnson are two
he's not allowed.
Liars.
They unsubbed me from him again. They shut off all my notifications. I just fixed that.
Telling Chuck Schumer.
I just fixed it. There was no notifications turned on. He happened to roll up on my stream, on my feed. Like, I want to hear what this guy has to say, so I put it on personalized or whatever. I just go back in here. It shut off completely again. Still shut off. It just keeps going to shut off. All. Go to all. I want all notifications. It's impossible.
If we don't get what we want, whether by the military or however, some way or another, we're going to shut down the government. That's right out of Trump's own mouth.
That's why he's only got 750 subs on it.
I want, I'm going to shut
Because no one can
down
watch
the
him.
government.
Nobody can
That's
watch him.
Exactly what Donald Trump said. So Kevin Johnson and Donald Trump are a couple of absolute bullshit artists. with his pal there, Bannon, Steve Bannon, the convicted piece of shit. Yep. Bannon and Johnson and
Well, listen to what he says.
Caitlin, whatever the
Once
hell
again.
her name is there, the blonde, the bimbo that's the
Bimbo.
spokesperson of White House there, Caitlin, Karen, or I don't know what the hell her name is. Long story short, this government, just like Comer, are just absolutely full of shit, just like Comey and Robert Mueller and John Ashcroft and Jeff Sessions and Christopher Schwecker and all these other stinking slobs that covered up for the bankster gangster MFers that robbed the country for hundreds of billions, even trillions. The cost to the American economy from the massive Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and United States Department of Agriculture and HUD and FHA and the bankster gangsters and the savings and loans and the looting and the robbing of the pension funds and all these criminal freaking mortgage swindles and scams, the land frauds, costs this country dearly. And huge numbers of Democrats and Republicans are just as guilty gets. The information and the links you need are posted below. And on a final note, this Donald Trump is a two-headed snake. He's a liar, and he's dangerous. He'll do whatever he wants to get his way. And that includes this absolute crap talking about a third term. Got a message for you, Donald Trump. You'll be lucky to finish this term because they're probably going to get you on incompetence, mental problems. They're probably going to get you under the 25th Amendment there. You're a goofball, Donald Trump. I don't care how you slice it. And here's something I want everybody that watches this video to understand. I campaigned for and got a lot of people to vote for and voted myself. I voted myself for Donald Trump the first time. And then I saw what kind of a wackadoodle this guy really is. I voted for Donald Trump to stop the Clinton crime machine. One more time.
That's good, Ronnie.
I voted for Donald Trump to stop the Clinton crime machine.
He got bamboozled.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And my record for busting up all this financial hooliganism and the theft of hundreds of billions, this guy right here, raising ever-loving hell, busting up the S. All this real
Told me he hated my guts.
This guy right here. Freaking hell. The links and information you need are below. And Donald Trump, I want to tell you something, pal. No kings, no dictators. One more time, Mr. Donald Trump. No dictators, no kings. And Kevin Johnson, if you don't like it, you can kiss my ass, Kevin Johnson.
He voted for him. For Trump. No, this is no king shit. You cannot subscribe to this guy. Even though he blocked me on Facebook. How'd you do it, Ronnie? Hey, this guy right here, subscribe, no notifications. You can't, maybe he's got set to content for kids or something. You cannot put notifications on. Or maybe they just fucked with him. Like they're fuck on my channel.
Sure that you wouldn't at least be relieved.
Here's Nas Country.
Met a premature
Who was talking about that last night?
Now, perhaps
Stupid
you wouldn't-
Adonis Paul. He's showing videos. I put him on for a second. The people are leaving. He's like, it hasn't got to that point yet. Wouldn't you get out? Wouldn't it be the smart thing to do? Get out before it becomes even worse? Yeah, you gotta wait till you have a gun in your face. So he blew your brains out before you get out of America.
Commit or promote the violence yourself. But there's no law against feeling relief when a threatening, harmful force against you is stopped. Now,
I'm pretty sure that guy lost his house too. He's living in a shed. Not this guy, the other guy. I'm living in a shed.
of course, it would probably be more realistic for you to feel worried than relieved.
This guy's got almost 1 million subs. The last guy's got not even a little over 700. They got very similar things to say. I got what, 12,000. They capped me at 12,000. That's all you're getting.
Because the response to his murder will likely irrationally
Yeah,
target you.
please hit the share or like and the
I
share.
realize it's a strange request for empathy, because I can certainly empathize with Charlie Kirk's close friends and family. Their grief must be devastating, and I think we should empathize with them, even though Kirk literally said he was against the very concept of empathy.
Right.
What a terrible person he was, truly. And dying in
He
a
was a
tragic way
terrible
did
person.
not somehow magically make him a good person.
Oh, I was just talking about Brian. Brian from Here's the Deal. Some cop in San Bernardino. There was always cops dying. Like, oh, he was a hero. But aside from that, this guy had a family. He had a baby on the way. He's like, well, you know, there was fucking the Schutzstaffel and shit. There were Nazi soldiers that had families and fucking kids and wives and shit. Well, most everyone has a partner, maybe has a kid. Doesn't, it's irrelevant. Totally irrelevant. But they use it to like prey on people's emotions. Oh, it's gonna hit you right in the heart. This guy had a family. Probably a stupid looking kid and an ugly wife. He's a bad person. They killed him. But he was a cop, so he's a fucking hero.
I would like to take it a step further and challenge you to empathize with those who celebrated and not think of them as monsters for doing so, which even crossed my mind once or twice until I thought about it more deeply.
Hey, probably beat his wife.
Because celebrating death is kind of a disconcerting and scary thing to see. At least it is for me.
Yeah, celebrating death.
I'm not asking.
I'd rather just be indifferent about it.
I didn't. I wouldn't. But
none of these people care about you.
To comprehend their fear.
They wish death upon me. These people, a lot of these people wish death upon me.
Stemmed from
So I got an obituary and shit.
And a very
sending cops to kill me and shit.
Of that fear, because a very successful and effective soldier for the cruel causes against their very lives was taken out of the equation. And remember that by
I took a shower.
successful and effective, I don't mean right.
It's getting cold too. I walk all the way to the shower. It's cold.
I watched some people
walking back here, wet hair. It's only gonna get colder.
Openly condemn those who celebrated. They showed disgust toward them. That's easy to do. I'm asking you to comprehend. I'm asking you
it's fucking cold.
For a deeper understanding.
It's 49 degrees out.
Having said all that,
wet. It's wet and it's damp.
Placed a target
There's no sun out.
Anything less than
I could be in Florida. The heat, running the AC.
Will be seen as enthusiastic support. That's how black and white.
I'll sit in my doctor's office in the AC.
Anyone who
I can work on my van in the miserable heat.
The revisionism currently being forged around Kirk's despicable life is being targeted for, at the very least,
all these nomads and shit. If you don't like your neighbors, if you don't like where you're at, you can just put the key in this and go. But I can't. I want to go back to Florida. I cannot go back to Florida. Even the federal courts will not intervene.
Because, like I said, these people have no principles. They're against cancellation when it happens to them, and for it when it
Yeah,
happens.
not even, yeah,
to
in
their
my home.
enemies, with the justification
The broken air
that it's
conditioner
a
shit.
tool of their enemy so they can use it against us. And like I said, I'm lumped in as the enemy, even though I never canceled anybody, and even though I had nothing to do with Kirk's murder. I'm simply someone
How do you even
who
know he was murdered?
refuses to comply with them.
There's a
or
strong
go along
possibility
with
that
their
guy
bullshit
didn't go
narrative.
anywhere.
So I am considered an enemy, especially so since I have a platform that's a little bit bigger than what most people have access to, and I use it to express my disagreement with them. That makes me a target. And people have recently been canceled for saying significantly less about Kirk than I just did. But I refuse to give in to their revisionism, and so should you. It's all fake outrage anyway. They don't actually care about what you say. They just want to use it as a weapon to get rid of you. But they do care more about Kirk's shooting than all the other many recent shootings, even ones that happened that same day. And
I'm showing people the Constitution's dead. They get 13 people here about it. 13 people. I'm showing this place is absolutely destroyed. 13 people.
Basically, memory.
They have tremendously cut my reach.
Life will be reduced
I am capped at 12,000 subs.
and his name will be used. As
I'm getting hate. I got that hate speech thing the other day. I wasn't even on camera.
Texas was
You did it right here.
after allegedly threatening
What
to
did I do? I was outside of the van.
upcoming
It's just a
trial.
camera looking at the
He
bed,
said that we should pay them back
which
for
is like
keeping
ambient
Charlie
background
Kirk.
noise. They said I did hate speech.
That's the kind of person I've been talking about.
How
It's
can I do hate speech with not even here?
mentality. A lone shooter shot Charlie Kirk.
Oh,
At
shoot.
least that's the current story. The people at some random pride parade in Texas had nothing to do with it. But that doesn't matter.
Yeah, they tried to pin it on LGBT people. They tried to pin it on trans people. They would stop at nothing and say, it's a trans person, it's a trans person.
Or not.
It wasn't a
And
trans
that's
person.
the same mentality we're seeing right now in President Trump. His efforts to label you a terrorist
Dead.
simply because you
It
may
is dead.
have
It's a worthless piece of
criticized
shit.
religion, America, or most
It's set
importantly,
dressing. It doesn't do
him.
anything.
Stupid.
It always has been, always will be.
From the top of the leadership right on down to the gangland foot
And I can
soldiers
say it's on dead. I'm
who
fucking out here
distinguish
using it.
one person from another, but who only sees
I'm proving it. It's
rival
dead.
gangs. A collective political
Sixth
enemy,
Amendment, 14th
all
Amendment, destroyed.
guilty of
Sixth Amendment, they're
killing
going to send
Charlie
cops to you. Second Amendment, don't even think about it. That's a
Still
death
in
sentence.
Year one, folks.
Fifth Amendment,
I
who
don't know
fucking
if we
cares?
can make it for
They're
another
going to make
few.
shit up on you anyway.
I'm sorry, I don't have anything more encouraging for you right now. I really would like to make some more animations soon, and I plan to. But I think this is really important to talk about, not just in comedic ways, which is important too, but also in a serious manner, and keep talking about it.
You got a sub on me.
We
I don't know if I'll ever see him
cannot
again, but
allow this fascistic regime to silence us. It'll only get worse if we do.
it's bad. And all this shit, years ago, they're doing the same shit.
Finds you well,
I've been telling
and
you.
that you will continue to be well in the tumultuous years to come.
It is bad out here. Really bad.
Léon de Grey,
Les fantaisies macabres qui servent.
and his team kept records on 150,000
This shit's crazy.
Alfred Rosenberg was faithful to society and remained convinced that the Freemasons' archives held tremendous secrets,
Yes, we passed
like
it.
the alchemist's philosopher's stone, believed to have the power to transform lead into gold. But to focus solely on Rosenberg's obsession with the occult would be to forget that the
I ain't gonna
archives
bed at like
also
6 in
held
the
great
morning.
political importance.
Can't sleep.
The
The Germans took over the headquarters of the Grand Orient on Rue Cadet, taking hold of the archives. All of this lasted for weeks, months. And then after a while, the Vichy regime was set up and there were discussions between Vichy and the Germans. Vichy said we should handle the Freemasons. We still have authority over some sectors of the occupied zone, and therefore this is our responsibility.
Hitler's going after the
That means all of the
Freemasons.
Freemasons' belongings and archives should be transferred to us.
On August the 13th, 1940, secret societies were banned. And at that point, the Secret Societies
exhausting.
Department was created.
You just keep
which was partly
struggling and
based at the National
struggling.
Library.
They're wasting your time.
The idea was to document
Good,
both
there
the
ain't
current
nobody
affairs
to
of
help.
Freemasonry, so there was intelligence carried out by the police. And then it was also about referencing, creating a library for the future.
How many people wrote to the governor's
Director
office
of the Secret Society.
in support of me? I know like two, three, maybe 4 people did, and they got the same blanket response, the same blanket blow off response from them, from the governor's office.
Scientist Department was Bernard Fay, an anti-Mason historian. He published a monthly
Oh,
anti-Masonic
how did
newsletter.
how did
With the
yesterday
help of
go?
100 zealous employees, he exploited archives left behind by the Germans. Fay and his team kept
I wasn't on here yesterday,
150,000
so
people from all the
I wrote
Masonic
yesterday off.
communities, often taking things to the absurd. They even kept files on thousands of members who were long dead.
They kept extensive files on each of the 15,000
good.
members
Very
of the
good.
Grand Lodge of France, which included
Awesome.
their identity card, the functions they held in the lodge, their political leanings, their union activity, their beliefs relative to the values of the Republic. Sometimes the content of these records was extremely damaging. The civil servants all lost their jobs and some were prosecuted.
This video's got the every video I've been watching on this shit. Gray box from Wikipedia. CIA slaps a gray box on it.
Vient d'être également publié, ne pourront plus exercer aucune fonction publique.
Tell you how the Holocaust was real and shit. Lizard people don't run the world.
Declared a ban on secret societies, not only banning their existence, but also seizing all of their property.
This is about secret societies and shit.
This was the
And
first
Freemasonry.
Masonic
And
law.
instead of putting that up, instead of putting that gray box
They'd ever been a
of
Freemason.
secret societies,
And swear they
or the
would not
Masons,
enter Masonic
Freemasonry,
lodge if
they
ever
put, oh, the
Freemasonry
Holocaust.
were
You get the
to start
Holocaust, because they can only
committing
do one. Fucking lizard people.
Vichy
Center of
used
propaganda.
Masons to collaborate with the Secret Societies Department. Using the archives and lodges, they created an anti-Masonic film based on the Freemason rituals of that era.
That's really good.
Présentez la coupe aux profanes. Prononcez avec moi le serment. Je m'engage sur l'honneur, au silence le plus absolu, sur tous les ordres d'épreuve qu'on pourra me faire subir. Je m'y engage. Vous devez connaître toute l'importance d'un serment. Si jamais vous manquiez à une parole aussi solennellement donnée, buvez. Buvez! Buvez! Ne se broie
That's
pas
when they drink the
derrière ce
poison.
que le symbole de l'amertume et du remords, et laisserait dans votre cœur le parjure qui aurait souillé vos lèvres.
Cut you up in a million pieces if you ever talk about it. They'll rip your tongue out by its root.
In the Petit Palais, there was a big anti-Masonic exhibition, the first of its kind, prepared both by Vichy and the German embassy. It was a great success.
Like
in
that
Paris,
Church of
and
Morin.
then
Who's that guy?
traveled to
John
Bordeaux
Smith,
and
or
other
whatever the hell his
cities
name
around
is.
France.
It's supposed to be all anti-Masonic. I think it's a Church of Mormon. He uses all the Masonic lodges to get more people in his church. Menopause time.
Visiter les décors étranges des cabinets de réflexion et les temples différents qu'abrite chaque loge. Ils ont pu examiner les insignes et les objets, les fantaisies macabres qui servaient aux initiations et aux réunions de cette société secrète.
I gotta shut the door. It's fucking cold out.
Que l'État français a désormais interdite en raison des maux qu'elle a causés.
Yeah, 20 years, right? I stole a lot of good years from you. It sucks getting old.
Belgian Freemasons were subject to the same persecution as their French brothers.
I'm old and homeless. Old and homeless and broke.
Part of their archives were pillaged by the Germans, and the rest were used by Belgian collaborators, the Rexists.
The Belgian collaborators.
The hunt was on.
Shout out to Belgium.
The Rexists were a far-right political party led by Léon de Grelle, created before the war. De Grelle wrote something in his journal which resembled, besides eliminating the Jews, we will be nowhere if we don't also eliminate the Freemasons.
Listen to that.
Here, the same sinister tasks were carried out. They kept records on the Masons, they published names, they helped the Germans to flush out the brothers who were part of the resistance. A sculpture commemorates 7 Masons who, in the Esterwagen concentration camp, created the Liberté Chérie Lodge.
We don't know how many Masons were arrested. We know how many were deported, shot, or died in prison.
Masons
or
are
killed in battle
festering
in
cancer.
1940. This figure is a little over 800.
In France and Europe, persecution of Freemasons was not comparable to that of the Jews. It was mostly for acts of resistance that brothers were deported, like Pierre Brossolette, or those in the network Patriam Récupéré.
I don't know who that guy was, but he's standing in front of a double cross.
Reached its horrible culmination.
Anti-Masonry sentiment has existed from the beginning of Freemasonry.
Yeah, because they're a bunch of
It
assholes.
started in 1736 with Pope Clement XII's famous papal bull denouncing the Masons. Masonic conspiracy theories became popular starting in the late 18th century. And in the early 19th century, the theory of the Judeo-Masonic conspiracy began.
They put Archie Bunker's chair in the Smithsonian. I seen it.
The first proposition for
I feel like if you bring them like giant bones or something, or Sasquatch, they'll fucking throw it in the dumpster.
It was debated in the National Assembly, but not adopted. It is nevertheless interesting to note that such a law was even discussed.
The right tended to be hostile or suspicious of Masonry, as was the Catholic Church, especially the high-ranking members. The press was also hostile.
The Catholic
especially
Church has been
during the
invaded by
Stavisky
Masons
affair.
too. Taken over by Masons.
The Stavisky affair, a financial and political scandal that nearly brought down the Republic in 1934, named after a swindler who had Freemasons among his many accomplices.
The thing is, they don't even build
The
shit.
Secret
They don't build
Society's
anything.
Department scoured the archives, attempting to prove involvement of the lodges, but in vain.
A couple of years ago.
Influence, especially under the French Third Republic.
You should not watch TV.
Germans began sorting their thousands of Masonic boxes, just a portion of millions of plundered archives from all over Europe.
We usually think that the Jewish books and the art, all the very famous Jewish art collections from France, were the first
This
things
lady looks
that
like
were
a
taken
Jew.
and the most important things that were taken. But as it turns out, actually, it was the Masonic archives that were the first cultural property that were taken by Einsatzstab Reichsleiter Rosenberg.
Isn't that interesting?
And he reported to Berlin that, oh, there's so many archives and cultural treasures that are left behind. We must take these immediately to Germany.
This shit's crazy. You're witnessing history right now, too. This asshole. All these other assholes.
The Nazi was now in full swing.
Just for you.
But for the Germans, the study of the archives was still considered important from a strategic standpoint.
And these are the good ones. These are the really good ones. You can't even see out of them. Unless you're looking for fucking Miami Mall aliens and shit.
Because in the mind of the Nazis, Freemasons were one of the four powers that opposed Nazism and totalitarianism, along with the Jews, communists, and Democrats. The Germans were highly organized. They wanted to study their enemies.
The enemy never sleeps.
Alfred Rosenberg gave his delusions an intellectual gloss, creating an institute in Frankfurt that was dedicated to the Jewish question, along with an annex to study the Freemasons and part of their archives.
Alfred Rosenberg had a very strong competitor,
Saul
namely
Rosenberg.
who directed the Secret Services for security, and Himmler happened to have been very interested in Masons. It was Himmler's group that decided that they should be
Heinrich Himmler.
of the Masonic materials that were by the ERR. They had set up a research center for Masonic studies in two large Masonic buildings of two of the largest German Masonic lodges in Berlin that were taken over by the Nazi regime because Masons were one of the first to suffer in Germany.
World Series on. I guess I went 16 or 19 innings last night.
Became the headquarters for the
I don't know.
Masonic.
I even watch that
But
shit.
in the basements, they set up bomb-proof
That's a very Masonic
for
sport,
the
too.
libraries and the materials that they had collected, first of all from lodges.
They play on the diamond, and it goes like that, and it goes like that. It's, like,
And from other countries in
it's
the
a fucking
West,
Masonic
from
side.
the Netherlands.
The boxes of archives were meticulously indexed by SS officers, Freemasonry specialists, historians, and a team of translators. Nevertheless, they were overwhelmed by the mass of thousands and thousands of documents, ranging from notes taken in 18th century meetings to early 20th century conferences on anti-fascism.
That shit went on for so long.
But there was little time to make use of their spoils.
Oh, here comes the Allied forces.
Starting in 1942 and especially by 1943, the Allies began heavily bombing Germany.
The
They
Allied
began
forces.
evacuating into the far-flung regions of the Reich.
Probably went to Home Depot or
The
something.
Masonic archives were evacuated in part to Tanzenberg, where they were discovered by the Americans. But what makes their story quite incredible
I'm gonna go.
is
I'm
that
not
they
gonna
were
be on
then
here long.
evacuated to
I'm just
the
gonna
east,
go finish
in
up.
Poland and the former Czechoslovakia,
I'll go play some video games and
regions
zonk
that had
myself on
fallen
video
under
games.
the control of the Nazis.
Binge watch some more fucking Hitler shit. I'll go work on more federal court cases.
It was in these medieval castles that the SS hid the secret archives of the Freemasons. Their leader, Himmler, took
Get the Illuminati while you're at it.
Wewelsburg, a place where he conducted strange ceremonies inspired by ancient times.
I have written an article about rather curious research that the Nazis were doing and that Himmler's group were doing in one castle.
Dang, Himmler had his own shit going on.
In 1944,
Adolf couldn't trust his own fucking commanders and shit.
they had a very special research group that were into esoteric disciplines, and there were about 40 different disciplines that were being studied in this castle, but they were collecting books on all these occult subjects.
Himmler amassed the largest esoteric library in the world with 13,000 stolen books. Book of spells, alchemical manuscripts, witchcraft trial proceedings.
Witchcraft trial proceedings. Think who has the 6th Judicial about that?
European Masonic archives. Clearly, this Holocaust orchestrator, a technocrat of death, also paradoxically believed that the Freemasons held mysterious esoteric powers.
Yeah, why was one of them the most powerful people? He's a household name, everyone hates him. Why was he looking into this shit? Because it's all true.
Once again, many different parties were eager to obtain the millions of archives that had been plundered by the Nazis.
The archives changed hands after a few months because the Allies, the Americans, the British, the French, and the Soviets,
Yeah, don't forget the Soviets.
scrambled to get their hands on them. This was first of all for military reasons. To obtain operational information, you need to have the enemy's archives. But they all reacted differently. The US gave them back to their original owners, while the Soviets took them to Moscow, quite illegally.
Hundreds of thousands of boxes of documents with official information about foreign affairs, military, police, unions, and also about Freemasonry were confiscated by Stalin and secretly sent to Moscow. The Russians were also interested in the Freemasons, not for symbolic or esoteric reasons, for which they had no use.
No, they had no use.
Brothers
No use for
Stalin
esoteric reasons.
and Beria, his
No use for that
head of
shit.
NKVD, the precursor to the KGB, wanted to investigate, to find out whether they had infiltrated the communist parties in pre-war Europe.
Once the archives had been transferred to the Soviet Union, they were not stored in the classic fashion in a university or in the National Archives. They were transferred to an archive department that answered to the KGB. It was called the Central State Archive.
I was watching something. They said they had the Spear of Destiny on display. Where's the Spear of Destiny? You just walk in and see it? I'd fucking doubt that.
Translators were then requisitioned to dissect the archives.
It's in some
with
castle
orders
somewhere
not
with
to
some
discuss their research
fucking
with their families, or else
psychopath.
they would be sent to
Like that.
Siberia.
We get sent to Siberia.
By the middle of 1945, there were about 1.5 million of these files on Soviet territory. And it was imperative that their fate be determined as soon as possible. That's why NKVD leadership held a special meeting, where it was decided that they would set up the Special Archives.
The Russian specialists were overwhelmed by the scope of the spoils taken from Germany, while Europeans remained convinced that these
One
documents
country
disappeared
looting
during
another
the war.
country, looting another country. One secret society, one faction, fucking with another
In the
faction.
sense that the archives were essentially deported. The veil of secrecy was typical of the Soviet political project and its practices.
They ain't giving me any fucking viewers or anything. Ain't nobody talking. I'll come back later. Probably off here, come back later.
There was an agreement between the occupying powers in Germany that the pillaged cultural property would be returned to the original owners who had been robbed. And it's probably unsurprising that the Americans
It'll
and the
never
English
happen.
were true to their word.
Oh wow.
They set up centers where people came looking for what had been taken.
Wow.
Whereas Stalin signed the papers enthusiastically and returned 2 or 3 documents saying,
Chinese
that's all we
food.
have.
That sounds good.
And then he kept it a secret for the next 50 years.
I haven't wanted Chinese food for a few days now. I gotta go.
The revival of Freemasonry in European ruling circles worried Stalin.
There's no one around here. Bring me to the store, get a fucking battery. I don't know
The Russians
anybody
were in a
around
state
here.
of total paranoia. First, NATO's operational center was in the west. So you can imagine they did it.
The internet is so bad. The internet is so bad. Starlink internet.
Summarized, standardized,
I'm gonna get out of here. I got open both doors for the frickin' to get a cell tower. Shame on Starlink. Whoever fucking owns that thing too.
With Stalin gone, all of the archives that had been taken in Germany, Masonic or otherwise, were forgotten for nearly
Thanks for
half a
coming.
century. For nearly
Thanks for
half a
coming.
century. After the fall of